spermatogonia is the growing sperm cell. Still developing. Let me see. Spermatogonia. Germinal epithelium. Each germinal epithelium is cells spermatogonia. But you need not two because it is diploid. Is a haploid sperm cell. Why is spermatogonium? I can develop into an actual sperm cell. Let us go to that diagram. Let us go to that diagram. What is there with seminiferous tubules? Right? For example, cells in different stages of spermatogenesis. Nazias congeal. Zisakhule za cells. Ukuze zikhule zibe zizisperm sezitheni ezipheleleyo funeka zibeka ndizinje ya. Right. Okay. Xa zisakhule za cells ngola hlobo sperms in cells in different stages of spermatogenesis. Xa zisakhula ngola hlobo meaning they require nutrients from the cells of Sertoli. Are we together? Now, there's germinal epithelium. Nansi yalaleya ndithetha ngayo germinal epithelium. That germinal epithelium, it consists of spermatogonium that are diploid. It consists of cells that are diploid. Are we together? Spermatogonium. Now, these spermatogonium are going to undergo meiosis and become haploid sperm. Right. There they get the food from the cells of Sertoli. And now, when they become haploid cells, what is going to happen is that an impulse will be sent to the pituitary gland so that the pituitary gland secretes luteinizing hormone. This luteinizing hormone is going straight to the cells of ladies. How to get? Cells of ladies, they stimulate them to secrete testosterone. Enzela wena ne future yakho nje andifuni ndingangeni izulu smart yabe phethe iPhone 14 Pro Max yakhe bese uyabona ngakamini umntana zange understand what it usandana bendipheba ngefollow kwenzando right gametogenesis joy gametogenesis refers to both sperms and ova. Now gametogenesis is the process where gametes are formed. Once into a gametogenesis, gametes are formed during gametogenesis. And these gametes, for males, they are the sperm. For females, they are an ova. Guys? Yes, there's this process. The process is gametogenesis, formation of gametes. Gametes is a collective word for sperm and an ova. We refer to them as gametes. And the process in which these are formed is referred to as gametogenesis. And for males is a sperm, for females is an ova. Right? Where is this sperm produced? Testis. Right? Where exactly in the testis is the sperm produced? It is produced by the seminiferous tubules. Now, we are going to look at production of sperm. And the process, the production of sperm is known as spermatogenesis. Right? The spermatogenesis is the process by which sperms are produced. The spermatogenesis now, it takes place on the seminiferous tubules. Right?
Yes.
How are the seminiferous tubules structured for their function? How are the seminiferous tubules structured for their function of sperm production? The seminiferous tubules are lined with a layer of germinal epithelium. Germinal epithelium. This layer of germinal epithelium has got diploid cells.
Yes.
Diploid cells. And these cells, these cells will undergo
Meiosis.
meiosis. And after meiosis, how are they? Haploid. And if they are haploid now, that means they are still growing and developing. Therefore, they will require nutrition. Where are they going to get the nutrients? From the cells of Sertoli. The cells of Sertoli are going to provide nutrients to the growing spermatozoon. Now, after this process, an impulse will be sent to the pituitary glands. Impulse is out to pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. Now, as a sperm is not going to be matured in a kuchwanga, testosterone. Pituitary gland, pituitary gland. Pituitary gland now is going to secrete luteinizing hormone. Right? We secrete a luteinizing hormone. We seminiferous tubules. Iyothini le luteinizing hormone kwiseminiferous. Ubusazi sperm senziwa kanje. Okanye sibona so small.
Ngesandla yami nobingathatha imizwa wena ndingapeyi. Hayi. Ngabe ndiyayibona into enje.
Luteinizing hormone
luteinizing hormone is secreted from the pituitary glands, right? Pituitary glands, they secrete luteinizing hormone. This luteinizing hormone is straight to the seminiferous tubules. Xa ifika kwi-seminiferous tubules, ndawoni ayiyi kwi-germinal epithelium the luteinizing hormone, but kwi-cells of Leydig okanye kwi-interstitial cells. Iyothini le luteinizing hormone kweza cells? It is going to stimulate these cells to secrete testosterone. These cells must secrete testosterone. This testosterone izawuhamba iyapha kweza growing stem cells. It is going to assist them until they mature.
testosterone
1606. 1606. Jonga ke mqodi. Last time. Ikamens eyamajita sesperm. Isperm senziwa kwi-testes, specifically seminiferous tubules. The process by which sperms are produced is spermatogenesis. Are we together? Spermatogenesis, the process by which sperm is produced, right? What happens during the production of sperm?
Testosterone after isukile kumega.
Now, what is going to happen is that the seminiferous tubules, how does this happen? The seminiferous tubules are lined with a layer of germinal epithelium. This layer consists of diploid cells. This layer consists of diploid cells. You'll be fine, you won't be penalized for that. Right. Now, these cells, they undergo meiosis and become haploid sperm cells. They become haploid sperm cells. As they grow now and develop, they will require food from the cells of setoli. Are we together? Are we together? As they grow, they will require food from the cells of setoli. But these sperm cells will not mature without the hormone testosterone being secreted to assist them in maturing. Are we together? After this stage now, an impulse will be sent to the pituitary glands, right? Pituitary gland, there's a sperm that is produced. The pituitary gland is going to secrete the luteinizing hormone. The luteinizing hormone is going straight to the seminiferous tubules. What does it do there? It goes straight to the cells of Leydig. It stimulates them to secrete testosterone. Now this testosterone is going to assist with the majority of that growing sperm cell. Spermatogenesis. Okay, now? Ngene fit. Tabala mkabi. Ngene mkabi liyavakala.
Akaxhozeka.
Ngene liyavakala namkabi. But when I guess I'm never orange, how you went now? Ungekwa pa Saturday, so ungakule mkhathi baba. Gametogenesis. Now we are moving to the other side, which is the female. Mbuka ngicela umfundele baku spermatogenesis. Aba bantwana bayibona uba le nto ndiyithethayo ibhaliwe pha. Andikhethi into zomkala bathi ndilungisa i-sequence ebhalwe ngayo because hello Lilita, ngicela lapha sa. Zodala apha. Lilita, makama. Okuthetha, oko utethering, okokoko. Hayi. Yini? Now, ngicela umgugu afunde pha nemgugu yawazi umsebenzi wami ngiyakubhatala. Ngayingabulana ngibhatala inyanga xa iphelayo. Funda. Xa benilungisa indlela ebekwe ngayo apha ephepheni. Mamela ke, nale yami incwadi le, as much as iclever, ikizishwangathele ezinye. So for spermatogenesis and oogenesis, I had to go an extra mile because ngithetha ngifunda apha ndayiva mnaqala. Ndajonga spermatogenesis hayibo waliba kwani? Ndajonga oogenesis hayibo waliba kwani? Ndaqonda let me go an extra mile because ngithe sojonga i-menstrual cycle ndaqonda yona lost. Le incinci kangaka. Man can go an extra mile. That is why nenze elinye iphepha ke le-menstrual cycle. Niwafumene lonke mosimkhaphini. Asinavimba Joy. Kuba ke somkhona. Hayi kaloku awazi uphuma kwami uyakwenzela abanye.
Qinike ethi. Joy qinike. Shale tato ayisana.
Yeah, ukuthola. Ngithathele ndona. Yena nje nithathe lonke iclass wakhe. No. Balo ngethatha. Ngiyayifuna le class yakhe. Le brain disorders then. Joy. What's the name of brain disorder? Yes, Miss Gwele. Okay, let us go now. Yayibona ke la paragraph nikubhalele yona ngespermatogenesis. Yayazange ndazihemba when it comes to izinto but ndizithembile le paragraph. Le yandithe ibhala yespermatogenesis andikapha umoya. Ndizithembile kule paragraph. Uba uyibeke kanje bethuni andifuna undiqatha soze ingafumi. Spermatogenesis soze zingafumi paper 1 andifuna nondiqatha and must be less than 5 marks each. Andifuna nondiqatha bandasi. Soze zingafumi noba nenza ntoni uthixo wenu nize nimncenge anifundise spermatogenesis ne-oogenesis. Let us move now to gametes, to females. In females, we said gametes are in the form of ova or ovum. If it's one, it's ovum, right? If it's male, it's ovum. Ovum. Yebona Tolne. Mamela ke. Nguga benthe uzawufunda uspermatogenesis andikwazanga kuphelele. Khawulezisa le mfundo. Abantwana bayibona uba le nto ndiyithethe kula paragraph. Ngicela nijonge la paragraph. Ngicela nijonge la paragraph nijonge le nto izawufunwa ngumbuka. La paragraph lensithi yibhaleni. Funda makubu.
Each testis contains a large number of chromosomes. The layer of germinal epithelium lines its seminiferous tubule. The cells in this layer undergo meiosis to produce numerous haploid spermatozoa. Each spermatozoon has a tiny head and a long tail for swimming. Whilst most spermatozoa are developing, they are supported and nourished by the cells of Sertoli, which are found in the walls of the seminiferous tubule. The interstitial cells, or the cells of Hager, secrete testosterone, were stimulated by the pituitary gland found in the base of the serum in the culture.
Mamela ke mna nikwenzele very easy kunaleyayo. Leya into ithatha ezoqala yozibeka igqibele ithatha ezogqibela izibeka iqala ithatha yenziwa ngumntu okuleva masilencwadi. Lo mntu wenze le ncwadi is very brilliant. Yena uyibona ngolu hlobo lwakhe yonke le. Mna ndaqonda uba nomguga bam abaneengxaki zabo. Mangenhlale ndiyirestructurishe le nto because uzawuthi utitsha le umguga sokhana uyacinga okwenye indawo. Kagogo is going through a lot. Let us come to ovum. Masibuyele kwi-ovum, ladies and gents. Vivi, the ovum is produced. Okay, mandizove. The ovum is produced in the ovaries. Nathi phaya kwi-ovaries there are small tiny structures referred to as follicles, but xa zincinci kanje yazibizwa ngokuba zii-primary follicles. Yayibona ne? So xa kusenziwe iqanda vele, listen and listen very carefully. This is a bit tricky. And andifundi ndiyabawela uyithetha into ethi xa sithetha nge-ovarian cycle or ugenesis, ne sizawuhamba sihambe siyichaphazele into edibene ne-menstrual cycle because kwayona i-menstrual cycle iqala apha ku-ugenesis. Are we together? Now, Nati, there are primary follicles, right, that are there. Ne? What is going to happen is that an ovum is produced from the ovaries, right? An ovum is produced from the ovaries, specifically by the follicles. Are we together? An ovum is produced from the ovaries, specifically by follicles. Specifically by follicles. Like in males, if follicles, they have got a layer of germinal epithelium. If follicles now, so they've got a layer of germinal epithelium. Are we together? And this layer consists of cells. With females. But now what is going to happen is that in females, the pituitary gland on the hypophysis. Next, xa kuzokwenziwa iqanda, iqala phi ye-females? Iqala kwi-pituitary glands. Are we together? An impulse will be sent to the pituitary gland. That now there must be a follicle that is developed for this upcoming year. The pituitary gland is going to secrete a hormone to the follicles, and this hormone, as I pituitary gland, is to stimulate these follicles to develop. One of them to develop. Are we together? Is to stimulate one of these follicles to develop. Unlike in males, sperm cells if females is on only one follicle can develop at a time. Are we together? Now, pituitary gland will send a hormone to the ovaries, and this hormone is follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. What does it do? We are follicle, these are follicles. Stimulating, it stimulates hormone, these follicles to grow. This hormone is follicle stimulating hormone. Umsebenzi wayo is to stimulate these follicles, one of these follicles to grow and develop. Are we together? Let's go together. Mamela ke nguye lumva uthi udinara usapha akandiva ndithi kuwe ke ngoku wena mntakana samqhotyana apha kuwe you have got many of these primary follicles. Are we together? But only one of them can develop into a Graafian follicle. Are we together? Now, in order for one of these primary follicles to develop into one ovum, the hormone should be secreted by the pituitary gland. And this hormone is follicle stimulating hormone. After this hormone is secreted by the pituitary gland, what will this hormone do? It goes straight to the ovaries. It goes straight to these follicles. It stimulates them to develop or to grow. Are we together? As this follicle grows, this hormone is being secreted in large numbers. This follicle grows from a primary follicle. It grows to a secondary follicle. It grows to a Graafian follicle, which is the biggest of them all. That means when this follicle has now reached this stage, it is a Graafian follicle. Now, ngaphakathi kule follicle, there's an ovum. Ngaphakathi kule follicle, there was an ovum initially. But as much as this follicle grows, nelqanda liya develop kakuhle. Are we together? Now, what is happening, Joy, is that one of these follicles needs to be developed, right? And in order for one of these follicles to be developed, the pituitary gland must secrete the hormone which assists in developing a follicle. And that hormone is the follicle stimulating hormone. What does it do? It stimulates one of these follicles to develop. Are we together? The follicle develops from primary follicle, it becomes a secondary follicle, ultimately it becomes a Graafian follicle. One will say Graafian follicle, Graafian follicle. There's no school for pronunciation in science. This Graafian follicle in an ovum. Are we together?
Yes.
Are we together?
Yes.
As this follicle grows, the follicle stimulating hormone secreted up until the follicle reaches a stage Graafian follicle. Now, I say reaches a stage, an impulse will be sent from the ovaries to the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland. Okay, As this follicle develops, estrogen is secreted from the ovaries to the uterus to thicken the walls of the uterus and line them with blood. Are we together? To thicken the walls of the uterus and line them with blood for possible fertilization. So that if fertilization takes place, my fecal fertilization land out in well prepared for uklala lomntana. Because umzimba wakho wona awunayo into yoba awuzumitha ngayo qho ngenyanga umzimba wakho uexpecta uba uzawuthini uzomitha. So now
Amen.
awume uzawumitha nangoku ukani okanye ukani ukani odukile mamela ke ngibuyela umva ikhona indawo endibhidise kuyo nawe ozawuzibhidisa kuyo etestini uthi wawubhidiswe ndini. Mamela ngibuyela umva kule ndawo yale estrogen ndicela ubuyela umva ne day 0 day 0 yamenza mosmo day 0 ne mamela uday 0 ayikaqali icycle yakho ye-menstruation. Day 0 uyamenza wena xa umenza sithi uday 0, right? Once uye kumenza then it's day 1. Kwenzeka ntoni ngo-day 1? There are many follicles ezingqangileyo ezilindele ukuthiwa ukudevelopha. Now what is going to happen is that an impulse will be sent immediately to the woman to make an impulse to pituitary gland. Pituitary gland will be with your women. Okay? So that means the cycle, yes, pituitary gland, cycle. What will the pituitary gland do? The pituitary gland is going to secrete a hormone, and this hormone is referred to as follicle stimulating hormone. Since polylytic developments must compare the follicle stimulating hormone. The follicle stimulating hormone is going straight to the ovaries. What will it do? It is going to stimulate only one follicle from those. Only one follicle will be stimulated. As it disappears after we stimulate E1. Right? It is going to stimulate this follicle. Right? This follicle is a primary follicle. Now, if follicle stimulating hormone is secreted in large amounts, as it is secreted in large amounts, the follicle grows and grows. Because of the secretion and the follicle stimulating hormone from the pituitary glands. As the follicle stimulating hormone is secreted, the follicle grows and grows. Ngaphakathi kula follicle kukho ntoni? Kukhwela qanda ovum. Ubani ngokulo uthethayo bebethuna. Beyond. Second book and beyond.
So cool.
I'm not bookie on the social. Now, this follicle, primary, secondary, then Raphael follicle.
It is a
Mamela, as this follicle grows, once ukale usekretwa follicle stimulating hormone, estrogen is being secreted to the uterus, right? What will this estrogen do on the uterus? It prepares the uterus for possible fertilization, right? It prepares it in what way? It lines it with the walls of blood. Yeah? Kubakho amadonga pha uterus antoni egazi enziwa yintoni yi-estrogen yenza yoba makuthini malithi xa lifike eliqanda apha lifertilize lifike ku-comfortable. Yayibona ne lithi noba liyabetheka ngapha lingonakali, lithi noba liyabetheka ngapha lingathini lingonakali because of these blood walls. Yayibona ne? Yayibona ne? Okay. Now, what day 14 ke ngoku xa seyikhulile igraph yenfollicle iqanda apha emzimbeni wakho. No matter umenza nge-1, no matter umenza nge-15, no matter umenza nge-18, no matter umenza nge-25. Lihamba ne-cycle yakho. Let's say liyamenza from i-first, surely nge-5th so yes, right? Which is first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Then uphume la discharge. Sometimes you can see it, sometimes you won't see it. Okay, now what happens is that njeba uzabe ugqibile umensa, xa umensa sithi day 0. Yeah, because you are now menstruating, fertilization khange yenzeke. Yeah, so you are in day 0. Once ugqiba umensa, ngola suku ugqiba ngalo, we now say that is day 1. There are these smaller nyana follicles that are there. Right? Mhlawumbi ngo day 2, ithunyelwe impulse ku-pituitary gland. Pituitary gland kha kwenzeke fertilization kulo muntu kule nyanga ipheleyo. Okay. Follicle stimulating hormone. Ngokonyusa nye follicle. Lo muntu akakwazi ungabithi. Ngokonyusa nye follicle. Yabaleka follicle stimulating hormone izaphi kwi-ovaries. It helps the follicle to develop. Are we together? Are we together? Only one follicle is going to develop. It helps the follicle to develop. As this follicle develops, right, it is helped by the follicle stimulating hormone. Now, after 14 days, that follicle becomes a Graafian follicle. That means now it's a follicle ready to release an ovum. Now, when this follicle becomes a Graaf, as the follicle is cool, the estrogen is secreted because he has those linings of blood in the uterus. Now, what happens is that if this follicle now becomes a Graafian follicle, what is going to happen is that an impulse will be sent again to the pituitary gland. Pituitary gland, ingathi ugqibile umsebenzi wayo i-follicle stimulating hormone. Then the pituitary gland izawuyeka ukukhupha i-follicle stimulating hormone. Now, kwenzeka ntoni? Sine-Graafian follicle pha kwiqanda funeka liphumile nansika pituitary gland for yini. Yabo fika seyinomsindo le impulse. Eqanda funeka liphumile for yini. Okay, pituitary gland azothi ke ngoku, all right, let me send another hormone. And this hormone this time around, it is not going to be follicle stimulating hormone, but it is going to be the luteinizing hormone. The pituitary gland is now going to send luteinizing hormone. The luteinizing hormone, it will cause this Graafian follicle to burst. This is how you have to grab Graafian follicle. Now, I say Graafian follicle, an ovum will be released. So, when luteinizing hormone is ovulation. Right? It's ovulation. The process by which an ovum leaves the ovary into the fallopian tube is referred to as ovulation. So, if we are going to mention namhlanje kungomvulo, qala ngolwesibili ubani 14 days yakho. Then mvulo lwesibili lwesithathu lwesihlanu, qhubeka cawe mvulo lwesibili lwesithathu, lwesibili lwesihlanu, qhubeka cawe ngecawe leya lizawuba iqanda seliphumile. So whatever you do like now, make sure that you play safe. Now wise. Nani manje banifuna ubamithisa balindeni. Balindeni bamenstruate bagqile. Then xa yasithi iqophile namhlanje nayisibiza awa. Day 15 umbisi, day 16 umbisi, 17 umbisi, 18 umbisi, 19. Uba kwenzekana nganto sosunama mle. Sosunama. Umbisi 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 kwenzeka into. Give up with it. Give up with it. Right. Masibuye ke ngokujoy. Nditheke ngokujoy. the follicle develops by means of follicle-stimulating hormone. As the follicle develops, estrogen is secreted to the uterus. What does it do? It lines the uterus with blood walls, preparing it for possible fertilization. Are we together? Right. Now, ovulation has taken place because of the luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone is secreted once the secondary follicle becomes a Graafian follicle. Now, luteinizing hormone enables ovulation. Are we together? Now, after ovulation, kwenzeka ntoni tisha liphumile iqanda tishala ngoku. Yazi mos wena ne? Liphumile iqanda wazibona thina. Liphumile ke ngoiqanda amazi wazo. Kwenzeka ntoni ke ngoku kule nto isheke apho kuthe i-Graafian follicle. This Graafian follicle will now shrink and becomes corpus luteum. Nimane? Graafian follicle is going to shrink and becomes corpus luteum. Are we together? I-corpus luteum izawukwenza ntoni ke ngokuyona? Remember now, there's no more secretion of follicle stimulating hormone. There's no more secretion of luteinizing hormone. The hormone that is being secreted is la estrogen. Ne? But now you're not in large amounts because the kind of certain cell. What is going to happen? This remaining Graafian follicle, we do no longer refer to it as a Graafian follicle now, but we refer to it as the corpus luteum. Are we together? What will this corpus luteum do? This corpus luteum will secrete progesterone to the uterus. Are we together? The progesterone is ntoni. The progesterone, it will cause the uterine walls to be more vascular and more glandular for possible pregnancy. Are we together? If there kwenzeka lo muntu wa pregnant, the corpus luteum will last there for the first 3 months to avoid miscarriage. Are we together? Are we together? But if the pregnancy ayenzekanga, the corpus luteum will disintegrate and eventually disappear. As this corpus luteum disintegrates, what is happening to the walls that were there? Because fertilization didn't take place. Now, uterus. Once you figure out that you fertilize one, that's when this room must come here training.
But again, menstruation.
Pregnant, the corpus luteum is going to remain. Because our next chapter is implantation. So since I was like, what was it on menstruation? Mbuga, tell me from the Bible, from the Bible, about Genesis. Follicle. We are here. Ovarian cycle between slash or Genesis, because it's a ovarian cycle. Lana Mtikuni, I was Genesis a menstrual cycle. And ladies and gents, the menstrual cycle. We test. They will give you a graph, right? This This graph is going to have day 0, day 7, day 14, day 21, day 28. This graph, this graph ke ngoku izawuthi uzawufika le graph. Yebo, umgca wokuqala lo. Ufike owesibili upholile.